And Villa Pod is loud.
Hello and welcome to the Villa Park podcast. It's me, Rich, and I'm back with another transfer talk short video, rounding up the latest transfer rumours over the last couple of days. Before we go anywhere though, please do hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. We are literally 5 away from 2,700, well on the road to 3K, and you can help us get us there. So like, subscribe, and comment down below on any of the players that we are focusing on today. So first up, a player who is very, very, very familiar with all Aston Villa supporters, and he's been rumoured to be on his way to potentially on his way to Aston Villa, and that is one Tammy Abraham. Now, if reports were to be believed, he was on his way in the summer, but had to be cut short due to an injury, and yeah, it's looking like, or the rumours are around that we're looking to potentially come in for him again. Obviously on his way back to full fitness. Would he be an option? Would he be a foil for an Ollie Watkins? He can lead the line up front by himself, as we all know. Scored 29, maybe. I think it was 25 plus goals in the championship, was part of the promotion winning season, stuck with us in that January window when we looked like we weren't going to do anything. And then, his goals really propelled us to get him promoted. Had a bit of a topsy-turvy time at Roma, after being at Chelsea and helping Chelsea to qualify for the Champions League under Frank Lampard, but has had a turbulent time at Roma. I think started off really well and then kind of tailed off last season, and then has been injured this season. Looking at his kind of sofa score record, in terms of his contributions, we're going on last season. I don't think he's featured this season at all. So he played 38 games last season, starting 24, averaged 58 minutes per game, scored 8 goals in the league. But the big thing is, as we all know, with Tammy Abraham, he missed 17 big chances. So that is going to be something that Villa fans will have to contend with. He gets in the positions, but his clinical ability in front of goal isn't always there. 7 from 57 strikes inside the box, 1 of 5 outside the box, 4 headers, 4 right-footed goals, 3 assists, and 23.2 touches per game, 9 big chances created. So it can help players and bring players into the game. But yeah, one player who I guess we know what he's about. Could provide that physical threat up front that we sometimes need, could provide that different option. And would he thrive coming back into the Premier League? Comparing his statistics to an Ollie Watkins, isn't too bad in terms of comparisons. Ollie is obviously higher rated in terms of attacking wise, but technically, creatively, tactically, and defensively, fairly similar type players, as it stands in terms of those statistics. But you guys, let me know your thoughts. Would you welcome Tammy Abraham? Would he be an excellent option in terms of that, and player who can, maybe come on or maybe play slightly different games? We've seen away from home, sometimes we lack that physical presence up front, or we lack that person to occupy centre backs. Could he complement Ollie Watkins? We've had Danny Ings and Ollie Watkins playing up front together, not quite working out, but maybe someone like Tammy could complement an Ollie Watkins, and maybe we could see him celebrating in front of the Holt End again, like he did in the season in the Championship. But yeah, for me, I think I wouldn't mind someone like Tammy Abraham coming into the side. Maybe it could be a move that benefits all parties, but we'll wait and see. The second player that we're going to look at is, I don't know too much about this guy, Albert Gudmundsson, Icelandic international. and is absolutely had a cracking start to the season at Genoa, playing very, very well. He's a forward player, so not quite a striker. Signed for Genoa in 2022, has had 60 appearances and scored 17 goals. Apparently, Aston Villa and West Ham are interested in him. He has just signed a new contract extension with Genoa, tying him to the club until 2027. Was valued at around 20 million euros, but obviously with that contract extension, that will increase that now, and I'm sure we'll have to, pay more to prize him away. Obviously capped at Iceland at international level, 35 caps, 6 goals. And yeah, he's not particularly big, 5'10", but seems to be, a strong player, quick player, and obviously knows where the goal is. If we look at his stats so far this season in Serie A, his heat map likes to get about the pitch. Ratings are excellent across the board in terms of his SOFA score rating. I've compared him to a Moussa Diaby here, so obviously not as quick or attacking wise, but I did more for the positional sense. So I'm sure he's a different type of player to Moussa Diaby. But yeah, in terms of getting about the pitch, likes to 12 games started, 90 minutes per game, has featured in one team of the week, scored 5 goals in those 12 games. So yeah, in real good form at the moment. Missed 2 big chances as well. 3 from inside the box, 2 from outside of the box, scored 1 with the left foot, 4 with the right foot. So, can score with both feet. Hasn't had an assist yet, but has created 2 big chances, 1.9 key passes per game. In terms of passing accuracy, 81% per game. Doesn't really get about too much in his own half. Opposition half, 67%. But obviously likes to create and likes to get on the end of things. And 0.8 interceptions per game. Successful dribbles at 64%. So yeah, very good with the ball at his feet. And I guess that low center of gravity can be really effective, and maybe a player who would suit the Premier League style of football. And it's interesting, like I say, that Genoa have tied him up to a longer deal. Does that mean that they're they're obviously protecting their asset, but does it mean that we, a bigger bid, and do Villa potentially steal a march in that January window against other teams? If he does continue to have a successful second half to the season, that will increase his price even more, and then I guess even more teams will look to come in for him. So watch this space on him. Anyone in the comments, any Icelandic viewers, let me know what your thoughts on him. Any Italian Serie A experts, please drop us a thought in the comments on Albert Gudmundsson. Seems to be doing very well. So yeah, let me know your thoughts on him as a player. And finally, another player who's been rumoured to be Premier League bound. Villa have been one of the teams quoted. Newcastle have been one of the teams quoted. West Ham, Everton, the usual. It seems to have died down a little bit over the last few months. Is Jonathan David. Now, apparently AC Milan are very, very interested in him. But there is a rumour to be 3 Premier League clubs interested in him. It's not known whether Aston Villa is one of them, but we were previously interested in Jonathan David, and for me, I think although he's not had the greatest of starts to this season, for me, I think he will be an ideal second choice or competing choice with an Ollie Watkins. Strong, fast, physical, knows where the goal is, and for me, ideally suited to the Premier League. If we have a look at his stats on SofaScore again. Yeah, like I said, not the greatest of starts to the season, but 12 games played, 10 started, averages 76 minutes per game, has scored 2 goals in those 12 matches, and has contributed 1 assist, 1 left foot goal, 1 right foot goal, so can score with both feet, but hasn't really been involved, I've heard, in too much, but scored for Canada yesterday against Jamaica. So is potentially on his road back to form. Has missed 4 big chances there. But I think a player who did very, very well last season, and I think the season before as well, and was getting a lot of rave reviews. So someone who we know can compete. Successful dribbles there, 62%. Duels won, 46%. 56% ground duels won. So like I say, maybe not his greatest of starts to the season, but someone who I think could really kickstart their career at only 23 years old of age. He can really, I think he can really stand out in the Premier League. In comparisons to Ollie Watkins, again, Ollie stands quite clear of him in terms of the attacking and the creativity side of things, but technique very similar, tactically aware. Jonathan David beats him and defensively. So again, someone who could compete with Ollie Watkins. As I said, there's question marks over John Duran, and it does look like we need someone to really compete in that striking department if we are to progress in the Premier League, if we are to progress in the Conference League, and hopefully compete in the FA Cup as well. So like I say, you guys let me know in the comments. It looks like forward players are on the agenda for Villa. Marcus Acuna, I think, will probably be done. So then it's maybe one or two other players to supplement that, and an attacking player, I think, will be one of them. That is it from me. Thank you all very much for watching. Please do hit that like button. Please do hit that subscribe button. Like I say, 5 away from 2,700 subscribers. So help us hit that and on the road to 3K. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. As I said, thank you for watching. And as always, remember, we'll follow the Villa. Thank you.
Up and